Hey everybody, my name is Ignacio and today we are back for another video for 2017. And today is a very interesting topic that I really want to talk about, and that is downloading versus physical copies for video games. And I don't want to apply this just to only video games. This could also be said about music like CDs and DVDs pretty much. But we're almost going to talk about video games and making my argument why physical copies are better than downloading. And don't get me wrong, I do think downloading is one of the coolest technologies we have gone far to. The fact that I can just sit here in my room and download something in instant and whatever, watch a movie, listen to music without going anywhere to go get a physical copy of it. That's cool. But, however, I want to make an argument that why I think physical copies are a lot more better, and as the months go on, I come to realize is that I just love having a physical copy of my game, or whatever it is, like collecting. So, in this video, I'm going to give you guys my reasons why I think physical copies are a lot more better than downloading. So, let's get started. Let's start off with my first reason why I think physical copies are better. You see, there's going to come a time in Sony and Microsoft's lifetime where they're going to have to eventually turn off the online servers for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. And that's also the same said with the PS3 and 360. They're going to have to shut that down at some point of their lifetime for future consoles if they ever do decide to make more PlayStation consoles and Xbox consoles. And what is the only way you can play if they did turn off the online servers? Let's just say they did. Physical copies. You see, physical copies will never go away, and it's the only second best choice you have for playing video games. You see, downloading is not going to be there forever for all consoles, you know. And the only way to play is just with the physical copy of the game. And that goes into my second reason why. And it is value. You see, I don't know, a lot of people know about this, but I guarantee there's a handful of you guys don't know about this. But eventually games like these, like the PlayStation 4 games, they're all going to become hidden gems, or they're going to become expensive in the future. Because downloading is so popular, I can't express that enough. A lot of people like to download games nowadays. And there's so little people that has physical copies. And when the online store goes offline, what is the only way to play? With a physical copy of the game. Meaning makes physical copies more rare to get your hands on and more expensive, and it's just going to be more money. And the next reason is we don't know how safe is the digital downloading. And we haven't seen it yet on PlayStation 3 or 360, but I really do think at some point they will shut off the online servers for those things sometime soon. I wouldn't be surprised, like another 2 more years from now. And I mean, they're already getting a head start with some of the multiplayer games that they're getting shut down. But one of the things is that we don't know how safe is downloading. And the reason why, and what I mean by that is, if I delete a game off my PlayStation, will that be in my library for the future upcoming, so like 20 years from now, say like the online servers do go offline, if I did bought a game that is downloaded and I can't get access to it, like, will I get my game back if I pay the full price for that game if it was downloaded? And that's where we don't know yet, because they never explain anything like that. We don't know if we'll keep any of our games off our PlayStation or Xbox for forever. So it's really unknown whether if we'll keep our digital downloads for the future games. The thing about physical copies is that physical copies will never die, because you'll always have them. And you'll always have it right there. And physical copies will last forever. They will never die until you break it, pretty much. That's the only way that these will ever fade out, is if you don't know how to take care of them. My third reason why I hate downloading. And here's the thing. Even though, like I just said right now, just that the downloading is absolutely the way to the future. But here's the thing though. Downloading kind of sucks a little bit. Just a little bit. And you know why? internet speed. You see, if you want to download anything, everybody knows this. If you want to download anything, it's going to have to do your performance on your internet. And if you have a crappy router and a crappy like internet company that doesn't give you high fast internet, then downloading is going to be a nightmare. Give you a good example. Say like there's a game on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, and the game requires 50 gigabytes of the game. If you have crappy ass internet, that download is going to take upon 2, 3, maybe even a little bit longer to download the game. And let me tell you something, I used to have been into that situation, because you see, there were a couple of games that I did buy offline, or on the store, I mean to say, online. And I had downloaded like 2 to 3 games that are really high gigabytes, and I'm telling you guys, it was so painful to download some of those games because how slow it is. Like, I'm telling you, it takes like more than 2 days. And I have a friend, his name is Andy, who does all of his digital downloads all the time. And he used to have crappy internet all the time, and he used to complain so much how slow his internet is to downloading a lot of these games because they're high gigabytes and everything. However, physical copies. If you buy a physical copy, the downloading process for the game is instant. 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 The only thing you have to download for your PlayStation, I'm speaking from PlayStation. I heard that the Microsoft thing sucks. I heard that their downloading absolutely is crap. But I'm talking about PlayStation 4. If you put your PlayStation 4 game, your physical copy of it, inside the system, it will instantly download, and the only thing you have to download is just the patches for the game. That is it. And patches only take, what, like 5 minutes, depending, you know, how big the game is, for how bad the game, I don't know. You get the point I'm saying. So that is another reason why I hate downloading, is that if I download something, I know I'm going to have crappy internet, you know? This is sort of kind of a minor issue that I really want to talk about real quick, but for some odd reason, if you buy a physical copy at Amazon or GameStop or any store that sells video games in general, or like Target or Walmart, sometimes the physical copies are a lot more cheaper at a store than you would buy digitally. And here is a great example, I went to Target one day, and I saw this game called Elder Scrolls Online. And if you get a regular edition of Elder Scrolls Online at Target, it's $30 for the game, for the physical copy of it. However, if you try downloading that on your PlayStation game or whatever system, for some odd reason, it says $60 on there. $60 for the game on the online store for whatever reason. And even on Amazon, Amazon has the same thing too. Physical copies are cheaper when you buy physical, but for some odd reason, but they can give you a code for it too on Amazon. If you really wanted to, you could buy the code off of there, and for some odd reason, it costs twice as more, which is, I think, is stupid. But that is the one big advantage that physical copies have, is that they're a lot more cheaper for some odd reason. And don't make the argument of saying like, oh, but PlayStation and Xbox usually have great deals on their PlayStation where it makes it a lot more cheaper. Okay, that's a good argument to put there, but that's only certain games. Say like there's a game that you want to be on sale. Say like you want, I don't know, Far Cry 4 for like $10 on there. You have to pray to the heavens above a PlayStation or whatever console out there that has Far Cry 4, and you had to pray to hope that it's going to be $10 because they change their sales every week, and you don't know what kind of sales that they will be doing for certain games. So you're forced to wait a little bit for those sales of that game, if they ever even put a sale for that game in the first place. But you know what's even crazy about that is that even if if a Far Cry 4 was like $10 on sale, you can probably get $10 of a physical copy of Far Cry at a different store. You see that? You see how that works? Physical copies are a lot more cheaper than downloading. Unless Sony or Microsoft does a sale for them, then that's it. You know, in reality, physical copies is better that way. I know there's going to be some people in the comments down below defending why digital downloading is better. And I don't want to make a rant of saying that downloading sucks ass or anything like that. No, I just want to say is that physical copies are just a little bit more better than downloading. But there are some good perks about having digital download than physical copies. And here are the reasons why. The number one big advantage that I think downloading has, from my experience, is switching games faster. For example, say like I want to play The Witcher. And I get bored of playing, I want to play something else. And I pop in the disc for this game. Here's the thing. I have to open the case, take the game out of my system and put it on here, and get this game out, take the disc out of here and put it into the system. And when you do that every single time, and especially if you have a bunch of games that you buy and you just don't play, that you just keep switching off, it comes a pain in the ass and comes annoying to do. And especially if you are a collector like this, you see, this thing, when I first got this thing was a pain in the ass to put the disc in, because you know why? It has this cover right here. And I have to pull this out every single time when I want to get my game out of this thing and putting the disc back into this thing. And it is so stupid. And that's the only big advantage I have that digital download has, because, you know, if you want to switch games, you can switch games in 2 seconds and it does it better. And I think another reason why I think downloading is better is that I think performance-wise, I think it's better digital for some odd reason. I don't know how that works, but for some odd reason it does. And one game I only know that for was Dark Souls. You see, Dark Souls has a really laggy, like, opening, like, when you open your inventory in the game, like, it's so slow. But for some odd reason, it's been proven that when you buy the game digital, the loading time for opening the menu is way faster and is more responsive for some odd reason. So I think performance-wise, digital is a bit better at that for some odd reason. I don't know why, though. But those are my reasons why I do think digital is better. But I still, at the end of the day, I truly do think physical copies are a lot more better than downloading in general. And those are my reasons why. You guys can make the argument why you guys think download. I would like to hear your guys' opinion. But in my opinion, I like having a physical copy. And those are just my reasons why I think physical copies are better. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Next time, I don't know.